What's that smell?
That's money. Next time on Landman.
Why don't you come with me? Let me show you the future.
The future? Do you have a crystal ball?
I think maybe so.
This is my crew now. Yes or no?
If this thing doesn't work, it's our ass.
I understand it now. There's an exhilaration to the risk.
That rush cost me everything.
President of my company can't be averse to the very thing that built it.
What are you saying?
The trailer for episode 9 does not scream its danger out loud, but if you listen carefully, it whispers something far more terrifying. Tommy is finally starting to see the shape of the trap around MTEX, and the closer he gets to the truth, the more it feels like everything might already be too late. Episode 9, titled Plans, Tears, and Sirens, looks like the moment where quiet manipulation turns into open consequences, and where Galino's shadow stops hiding behind contracts and starts standing right in front of everyone. The biggest and most unsettling feeling coming out of the episode 9 trailer is that Tommy is no longer confused. He is alert. Up until now, Tommy has been reacting to problems as they appear, trying to put out fires one by one, but the trailer suggests something very different. This time, Tommy is not just worried about bad decisions or risky drilling, he is starting to understand that those decisions may have never been mistakes at all. The way he listens, the way he pauses before speaking, and the way tension hangs around him makes it clear that he is putting the pieces together. Galino's investment, the royalties, the push toward the 10% gas extraction plan, and Cammy's emotional approval of every risky move now feel connected in a way they did not before. What makes this so terrifying is that Tommy realizes Galino wins no matter what happens. If gas is extracted, Galino profits. If it fails, MTEX sinks deeper, and Galino tightens his grip. This is not business support, it is a slow takeover disguised as help. And the most painful part for Tommy is that Cammy walked straight into it, not because she is foolish, but because she is desperate, exhausted, and still drowning in the weight of her husband's legacy. The trailer hints that Tommy may finally confront this reality, but it also raises a much darker question. What can he actually do about it now? Galino is not loud, violent, or reckless. He is calm, patient, and always one step ahead. The silence around him in the trailer feels deliberate, as if he already knows Tommy is catching on and is not worried at all. This is where the suspense truly lies, not in whether Tommy learns Galino's plan, but in whether learning it changes anything. MTEX is already drilling, the debt already exists, the contracts are already signed. Tommy may be opening his eyes just as the door quietly locks behind him. What makes Galino's plan so terrifying in episode 9 is not just how smart it is, but how invisible it has been until now. The trailer strongly suggests that Tommy finally understands something that has been bothering him since episode 8. None of this chaos is accidental. Every risky decision Cammy approved, every calm suggestion that pushed MTEX closer to the edge, and every moment of reassurance that things would somehow work out all point back to Galino. This is not a man gambling on luck. This is a man who calculated every possible outcome and made sure he would win in all of them. When Tommy starts connecting the dots, he is not shocked by Galino's intelligence. He is horrified by how deeply Galino has embedded himself into MTEX's future. The royalties acquisition alone changes everything. It means Galino does not need to interfere loudly or sabotage drilling directly. He can simply wait. Time is on his side and pressure is his weapon. The trailer hints that Tommy realizes this truth in stages, not all at once. First comes the suspicion, then the quiet anger, and finally the realization that Cammy has been emotionally manipulated at her weakest point. Galino did not force his way in. He was invited. He positioned himself as a solution when Cammy was desperate for hope, and that is what makes this situation so tragic. Cammy believed she was protecting MTEX and honoring Monty's legacy, but in reality, she may have signed away the company's future piece by piece. The tension grows when we consider Charlie's role in all of this. Even though the trailer does not directly confirm it, the way information flows, the timing of decisions, and the absence of open resistance inside MTEX all suggest that Galino has eyes and ears exactly where he needs them. Charlie never appears threatening, he speaks calmly, offers logical explanations, and never pushes too hard. That is precisely why he is so dangerous. Tommy may be starting to realize that Galino's influence is not just financial, it is psychological. By the time Tommy thinks about stopping Galino, he may also realize that removing him could cause M-Tex to collapse instantly. This creates a horrifying dilemma. Fight Galino and risk destroying the company immediately, or tolerate him and slowly lose everything anyway. The trailer's tension comes from this impossible choice. Tommy is a man who believes in direct action and confronting problems head-on, but Galino's plan does not give him a clear enemy to punch or threaten. Instead, it offers contracts, legal obligations, and financial traps that cannot be escaped with anger alone. Every serious look from Tommy in the trailer feels heavy because it carries the weight of responsibility. Not just for M-Tex, but for Cammy herself. He knows she trusted Galino. He knows confronting her could break her further, yet doing nothing could be even worse. Episode 9 feels like the moment where Tommy realizes that saving M-Tex may require hurting the people he is trying to protect, and that realization alone could change him completely. While Tommy is slowly uncovering Galino's master plan, the trailer also suggests that Cammy is approaching a breaking point of her own, and this is where episode 9 could become emotionally devastating. Cammy has been operating on survival mode for so long that she no longer questions the cost of her decisions, only whether they buy her more time. The trailer gives us subtle but powerful hints that the pressure is finally catching up with her. Her expressions feel heavier, her confidence more fragile, and her silence more telling than any outburst could be. What makes this especially tragic is that Cammy genuinely believes she is doing the right thing. In her mind, every risky approval is a sacrifice she makes to protect M-Tex, her family, and Monty's name. But as Tommy starts to see Galino's true intentions, Cammy remains trapped in the belief that Galino is still an ally. This emotional gap between them is dangerous. The trailer makes it feel like they are standing on opposite sides of the same disaster without realizing it yet. Tommy may want to warn her, but warning Cammy means forcing her to confront the possibility that she has been manipulated from the very beginning. For someone already drowning in guilt and grief, that realization could be unbearable. The suspense here does not come from explosions or dramatic confrontations, but from the fear of an emotional collapse. Cammy is not reckless because she is careless, she is reckless because she cannot afford to slow down and feel the pain she has been suppressing. Episode 9 seems ready to punish that mindset. The drilling operations, continuing with only a 10% chance of success, symbolize Cammy's entire approach to life right now. Taking impossible odds because stopping would mean accepting failure. The trailer also hints that the consequences of this gamble may start showing themselves sooner than expected. Sirens, chaos, and urgency appear to surround M-Tex, suggesting that even before financial disaster strikes, physical danger may arrive first. If something goes wrong at the drill site, Cammy will be forced to face the reality that her decisions carry real-world consequences beyond balance sheets and contracts. Meanwhile, Galino remains calm, distant, and almost uninterested, which only deepens the tension. His lack of visible concern suggests that even a disaster could benefit him in some way. This is where episode 9 becomes truly frightening. Cammy is fighting to keep M-Tex alive, Tommy is fighting to expose the truth, and Galino is simply waiting. The trailer frames this imbalance beautifully. There is no rush in Galino's movements, no fear in his posture. He behaves like a man who already owns the ending. As viewers, we are left watching Cammy walk closer to a cliff she does not see, while Tommy runs behind her, trying to warn her before it is too late. The emotional suspense comes from wondering whether Cammy will finally listen, or whether her need to believe in Galino will push her past the point of no return. Episode 9 feels like the episode where denial stops being an option and pain becomes unavoidable. Another deeply unsettling element teased in the episode 9 trailer is how isolated everyone inside M-Tex truly is, even though they are surrounded by people. The more Tommy learns about Galino's plan, the clearer it becomes that there is no safe place left inside the company. Trust feels fragile, conversations feel guarded, and even silence feels dangerous. The trailer gives off the sense that Tommy is not just questioning Galino anymore, but also questioning the environment that allowed someone like Galino to gain this much power without resistance. Every agreement, every calm approval, and every "this is our only option" moment now looks suspicious. This is where Charlie's presence becomes even more disturbing. He is never shown doing anything overtly wrong, yet his influence feels unavoidable. The way information moves, the way Cammy is reassured at just the right moments, and the way doubts are softened before they can turn into resistance all point towards someone quietly steering the narrative from within. Tommy may not yet have full proof, but the trailer suggests that his instincts are screaming at him that something is deeply wrong. The problem is that instincts are not enough when contracts, debts, and legal structures are already in place. Even if Tommy exposes Galino's intentions, the damage may already be irreversible. This creates a suffocating atmosphere where knowledge becomes a burden instead of a weapon. Knowing the truth does not free Tommy, it traps him. He now carries the weight of realizing that M-Tex has been slowly cornered, and that every path forward leads to loss in one form or another. The tension grows as we consider Cooper's role at the drill site. The trailer hints that Cooper asserting his leadership may not just be about proving himself, but about becoming another pressure point in Galino's plan. If Cooper succeeds and gas is extracted, Galino wins financially. If Cooper fails, Galino gains even more leverage. Either outcome puts Cooper directly in the crossfire of forces much bigger than him. The danger here is not just physical, but moral. Cooper may be pushed into choices that benefit Galino without him even realizing it. Meanwhile, the mention of sirens in the episode title feels symbolic as much as literal. Sirens represent warning, urgency, and consequences that can no longer be ignored. Whether those sirens belong to emergency vehicles, legal trouble, or emotional breakdowns, they signal that the quiet phase of Galino's plan is ending. Episode 9 feels like the turning point where pressure stops building and starts exploding. Tommy's growing awareness, Cammy's emotional exhaustion, Cooper's risky responsibility, and Charlie's quiet influence all collide in a space where no one has full control anymore. What makes this so compelling is that there are no clear heroes or villains in the moment, only people reacting to a disaster that has been unfolding slowly for a long time. Galino does not need to act aggressively because he has already designed a system that acts for him. The trailer leaves us with the uncomfortable realization that M-Tex may not be fighting a person, but a structure, and structures are much harder to destroy. As episode 9 approaches, the suspense does not come from wondering if something will go wrong, but from knowing that something already has, and we are about to see how bad it truly is. As the episode 9 trailer reaches its emotional peak, the most haunting question it leaves us with is not whether Galino's plan will succeed, but who will be left standing when it does. Tommy learning the truth feels less like a victory and more like a curse. The knowledge does not empower him, it isolates him. He now understands that Galino has positioned himself as an unavoidable force in M-Tex's future, and removing him could trigger the very collapse Tommy has been trying to prevent. This is the cruel elegance of Galino's strategy. He has turned protection into control and assistance into ownership. The trailer suggests that Tommy is torn between two instincts: his need to confront injustice and his need to protect Cammy from even more pain. Exposing Galino means forcing Cammy to face the reality that her trust was misplaced and that her sacrifices may have accelerated the company's downfall. Keeping silent, however, means allowing Galino to tighten his grip even further. Either choice comes with consequences that feel unbearable. Meanwhile, Cammy's emotional state appears more fragile than ever. The trailer hints that tears are not just a reaction, but a release. Years of pressure finally pushing through the cracks. When someone carries responsibility for too long without rest, the breaking point is not loud at first. It is quiet, internal, and deeply personal. Episode 9 feels like the moment where Cammy's internal battle becomes visible to everyone around her. And that visibility is dangerous. Galino thrives in moments of vulnerability. The more unstable M-Tex appears, the more reasonable his presence becomes. Even chaos can be profitable if you own the outcome. The suspense intensifies when we consider how little time remains. Drilling is already underway. Debts are growing, relationships are fraying, there is no reset button here. The trailer's final tone suggests inevitability rather than hope, and that is what makes it so powerful. Tommy may attempt to push back, to delay, or to outmaneuver Galino, but episode 9 seems determined to show us that some plans cannot be stopped, only revealed, and sometimes revelation comes too late. The brilliance of this setup is that it forces every character into a moral corner. Cooper must decide who he is really working for. Cammy must choose between belief and reality. Tommy must decide whether truth is worth the destruction it might cause. And Galino, calm and patient as ever, simply waits for the outcome he already prepared for. Episode 9 promises plans, tears, and sirens not as separate elements, but as parts of the same collapse. Plans lead to tears. Tears invite sirens. And sirens signal that the consequences have finally arrived. The trailer does not promise resolution, it promises impact, and as viewers we are left with a chilling sense that no matter how smart or well-intentioned Tommy is, Galino may already be standing exactly where he wants to be. The only question left is how much damage will be done before anyone realizes there was never a safe way out. As episode 9 approaches its final moments, the trailer leaves us with an overwhelming sense that the story is no longer about stopping Galino, but about surviving him. What makes this phase of the season so intense is that every character is now reacting to pressure instead of controlling it. Tommy's realization does not bring clarity, it brings urgency mixed with helplessness. He knows Galino's plan now, or at least enough of it to understand the danger, but knowing the truth does not magically create an escape route. In fact, it may have eliminated the illusion that one ever existed. The trailer frames Tommy as a man standing in the middle of a moving machine, trying to figure out which lever to pull without losing an arm in the process. Every option feels compromised. Every move feels like it plays directly into Galino's hands. This is where the psychological tension of episode 9 truly shines. Galino does not need to threaten anyone. His power comes from patience and positioning. He has already accepted every possible outcome, while everyone else is still clinging to hope. That imbalance is terrifying. Meanwhile, Cammy's internal conflict begins to mirror the external collapse of M-Tech's. The trailer suggests that she is starting to feel something is wrong, but not yet brave enough to name it. Doubt creeps in quietly, disguised as exhaustion, hesitation, and silence. Cammy has spent so long convincing herself that decisive action equals strength that slowing down now feels like betrayal. To Monty, to M-Tech's, and to herself. This makes her especially vulnerable to Galino's calm reassurance. The more unstable things become, the more his presence feels like order. And that is exactly how he wins. Order offered in the middle of chaos is hard to refuse, even when it comes at a hidden cost. Cooper's situation at the drill site also becomes more morally complicated in this section of the story. The trailer implies that asserting leadership will test not just his technical skill, but his values. Success will be celebrated, failure will be punished, and neutrality will not be an option. Cooper may believe he is working for M-Tech's, but the reality is that his actions benefit Galino regardless of intent.